like they had never seen in their life. He was walking in some type of authority that offended others. I'm talking about a man named Jesus. Yeah. It came to a point where those who were in the religious positions of power and they was used to the people looking at them and coming to them, they began to see the things that he was doing and they began to get jealous. But this man named Jesus, all he did was give eyesight to the blind. Amen. Healed the sick of all disease. I got witnesses that raised the dead. I'm talking about a man named Jesus. You see, they didn't know who was among them. The Bible tells me that the word had become flesh and that word dwelt among us. Have I got a witness in it today? Just talking about a man named Jesus. Yeah. So eventually what they did was they ended up coming up with this plan and they said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get him arrested and get him charged with a crime and we want him murdered for it. Have I got a witness in here today? I'm talking about a man named Jesus in here today. For somebody that's been calling on God in the midnight hours in his life that's keep beating on you, you need to understand that he sent me to tell you about this man named Jesus. This man named Jesus, they eventually was successful in what they was doing and they got him arrested. And the people who arrested him, amen, they began to send him through trial and find him guilty. And they tell me that they began to beat this man named Jesus. Have I got a witness in the day? As a matter of fact, they say that they beat him worse than any man had ever been beaten before. Have I got a witness in this place today? I'm telling you the sufferings of Christ and what he did for me and you. I'm talking about a man named Jesus. They tell me that they beat this man named Jesus all the way up Calvary's Hill. They tell me that they spit on this man named Jesus. Have I got a witness? They struck this man named Jesus. Have I got a witness? They was hitting him with this thing, and every time the tool would hit him, flesh would be ripped from his body. But they tell me this man named Jesus never said a mumbling word. Have I got a witness in this? I'm talking about a man named Jesus. So they help me get to the expected end today, brothers and sisters. This man named Jesus, they tell me that once they got him up Calvary's Hill, they told me that they nailed him to this cross. They drove these stakes in his arms and they drove these stakes in his feet. I'm telling you what they did to this man named Jesus. Have I got a witness in this day? They tell me that they lifted him up on that cross, but if I understand the word correctly, Jesus had already said, if I be lifted up, I'm going to throw all of me over me. I'm talking about a man named Jesus in the today.